Last night, the 73rd annual Golden Globes left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Let me tell you all about it. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Okay, so last night I was all excited. Well, I had been all excited to actually see the Golden Globes and to see what was going to go down and how it was going to go down. And a lot of my people from the shows that I really enjoy were nominated. So I was, glad to see what was going to actually go on. And, I'm always excited for the red carpet. You know that. From the door, I'm going to be excited for the red carpet. Well, let me just say, we're going to start. I was underwhelmed by the whole thing. Okay? Totally. It was a bad, bad night for fashion. A bad night for fashion. Fashion basically didn't show up. And as far as the awards, I was left. Really? Really? So we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about the fashions first. I'm going to start right off by saying I don't even have a best dressed female to even present to you. I don't. I don't have a best dressed female to present to you. I'm not even going to pull your leg. And I was battling with myself about, well, maybe it was this or maybe it wasn't none of it. There was no best dress. Everybody was just like, so what? So what? I'm going to tell you what was there. The red carpet to me last night seemed like a challenge from Project Runway. Everybody got the same challenge and they came up with this one dress and different versions of the dress, and none of them wowed me. It was the décolleté, overly done. So titties out and just try to do something to the bottom. But the whole style was that décolleté. It was a titty out night. It was a titty out night. That was it. Everything else was just there. I mean, you seen it in velvet and they fucked up velvets. I've never seen so much fucked up velvet in my life where they didn't work the velvet right and it just looked just heavy. Because if you don't know what you're doing with velvet, you will come up with a garment that just looks like drapes or like some old cover for a couch from up at the high rise. Just heavy and hot. And that's what you saw a lot of. The women looked like they all did their own hair. Everybody was doing their own hair. I'm like, nobody went to a hairdresser. Everybody got their flat iron out and played around. It was a bad night. Fashion said, fuck y'all, honey, and didn't show up. Now, I'm going to just show you a couple people that I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. And then I'll run through and I'll tell you what I actually thought of them. So let's go ahead and we're gonna run through my ladies and I'll tell you, what I thought. Take a look at these photos. Okay. The first one that you actually saw that I put up there was it was a gorgeous blood red gown. It's all bugle beaded, and it was actually done by Michael Kors, and it was actually worn by Olivia Wade. Now, I'm not going to say that she was best dressed. She was the best of the worst. Okay, her dress fit well, and it was cool, but it was boring. It was a boring dress. It was just a pretty dress. The Golden Globes red carpet is not the time for a pretty dress. It's time to stunt and show. But there was no reads on her. She, her hair was okay. She went to the salon. I still prefer hair up for evening because I think hair hanging down a lot of times just takes away from the gown, especially when the gown's plain. But it was a beautiful blood red gown. You very seldom see an actual blood red. So I was cool with that. I was cool with that. J Lo basically gave me what I expect of J Lo. So I'm not going to say I'm going to give J Lo best dress. I'm not going to do it. I love J Lo. J Lo tears the red carpet up, but she didn't tear the red carpet up. She did what she does, and it wasn't anything spectacular. It was just cool. It was J Lo, but it was cool. It was yellow. It was over exaggerated. It was really old Hollywood over exaggerated. But I expect such of J Lo, so I'm still not going to rave over it and say that it was, best dress. I'm not. I don't have a best dressed female. I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't impressed with anybody enough to sit here and rave about it. The best dressed couple of the night was Will and Jada. Will and Jada just looked nice. They looked nice. I didn't even really care for Jada's dress, but they looked nice as a couple. They looked good. They looked clean. They looked polished. No, her dress was not the style for me. It was just okay. I've seen it done a million times. It's just okay. Same thing like with Olivia Wilde's dress. Her dress was the dress of the night. It was the décolleté. She just had the one that was done the best, I thought, but boring, nonetheless. So that was basically it. Those were the ones that I really, really liked. Now let's move on into our males, and yeah, take a look at this here. Okay, when it came to the males, I'd have to say the best dressed male there was Will Smith. Will Smith was the best dressed male. He was clean and concise. So he was actually the best dressed male there. But again, we're not going to rave about it because I expect such a Will. Will looked good. He's cute. So he looked good. Now, I have two males that really fought hard for worst dressed. And it was just ridiculous. Wiz Khalifa, are you fucking serious? I don't know where he found Webster's suit, but he damn sure had Webster's suit on with his ashy ankle ass. No socks, these big old fucking funny looking shoes on. You got on Webster's goddamn suit. I don't know whose shirt that was. The shirt was too short. The jacket was too short. The tie came from Burlington Coat Factory. The shirt came from Burlington Coat Factory. And them pants. He looked a goddamn fool. He really did. He looked a goddamn fool. I don't know what kind of clowning that Wiz thought he was doing. He looked a damn fool. I was not here for none of that he had on. And the next person that looked just as bad as he did was that damn Brashear Gray. Brashear, the little boy with the big shoes from Empire. Child, he had on some shit that looked like he pieced it all together from like 12 different stores. But all of it was put together. He looked like Little Lord Fauntleroy. He looked ridiculous. He looked like a little boy playing dress up. The jacket was some type of moire. The pants were some type of satin. The dye lots didn't match, so the two blacks were totally off. He got on these patent leather shoes and no socks. And the shoes looked like they borrowed them. It was his uncle's or somebody's shoes, because they weren't even laying right on the ground. They didn't look new. They looked like they were real uncomfortable, like they belonged to somebody else. And he just looked like Little Lord Fauntleroy. I just thought it just looked horrible. And I'm like, where are the people who dress you all? Who let you out like this? It was ridiculous. So the two of them, Wiz and Brashear, both go up for worst dressed males of the night. And let me go ahead right now and I'm going to give you the worst dressed female. And it pains me to have to do it. But take a look at this bullshit here. Regina. Girl, why? Why would you allow someone to talk you into putting that bullshit on? You had to be drunk. Drunk at the fitting, drunk when you got dressed, and drunk all the way over there in the car with that bullshit on. It just looked like somebody, like a whole bunch of people just fell into a whole drawer of pailles and said, yes, we're going to do this, honey. We're going to do it. It was a mess. It was a mess. It looked uncomfortable. It looked itchy. It just, and I'm sure it was noisy because it looked noisy because pailles are noisy anyway. So I'm sure it was noisy. It didn't, it's so clunky that you couldn't tell what the fit was given. The earrings were wrong. The shoes were absolutely not, didn't even have nothing to do with what was going on. And it wasn't even a cute shoe. It wasn't cute and it had nothing to do with what you had on. And then to top it all off, some motherfucker thought it would be fierce to put a cape on the back of the shit. Dun 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 dun. Fucked up, honey. It was terrible. Terrible. Absolutely. I didn't like that at all. At all. There's a number that you should call next time you get ready to dress onto the red carpet. When you're going on the red carpet, Regina, I want you to call 1-900 don't fuck me up, honey, and wait and see what they do for you, because whoever that was you hired, baby, they did. They fucked you up. You looked ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Poor thing. And I like Regina King, because that American Crime for season 2, I'm telling you, check out my review for that. Go over to my channel. Go into the playlist and look for American Crime 2. Look at the review that I just did for the first episode of season 2. Baby, they got it right. My nose, eyes, ears are wide open for American Crime 2. So y'all go check that out. But remember what I said, Regina, honey. 1-900 ain't gonna fuck me up, honey. Anyway, let's move on, guys. This is terrible. I feel so bad, really, actually having to tear up the Golden Globes like this, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. I only report what I see, baby, and I ain't seen nothing worth talking about last night. Okay, so let's actually go ahead and talk about the winners. There was another clown fest going on where it concerned the actual winners last night. Okay, I had 3 people that actually did win that were, well, 2 won, and then 1 was just presented with an award. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to show you who these 3 people are. Take a look, and then I'll go ahead and I'll tell you what I thought of what was actually going on. Take a look, guys. Okay, so you've seen it. These are the 3 people that were actually on stage for awards, and I was pretty thrown back. Okay, so first let's just start off with Gaga. Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga looked good, but again, I didn't go up about it because I expect that from Gaga. She had velvet done correctly. Black velvet. Black velvet is always good. You can't lose with black velvet if you know what you're doing. She did black velvet the way it should have been done. Gaga looked like money last night, but I'm still not giving her best dress. But she looked like a fresh $50 bill last night. And it was so funny because what she wore was so much in the character that she plays on American Horror Story. She looked like the Countess, hair and everything. And that's what she won for. She won for Best Actress in a miniseries for American Horror Story, and she was actually shocked. You could tell she was really humbled and she was really shocked, and so were we. And I'm leaving that right alone right there. I love American Horror Story and I love Lady Gaga, but and on to the next study. Next, you know that I was screaming "Cookie!" when they called out Taraji P. Henson for Best Actress in a Drama TV series for Empire. And this whore got up and actually was handing out cookies. She literally had a handful of cookies, handing out cookies. And let me just say this. You all know I'm a huge cookie fan. Huge. Cookie's my favorite character off Empire, and I love Empire. Can't wait till they come back. But Taraji, really? I hated everything she had on. I hated her hair. I hated her dress. Her dress was just like, so what? So what? And it didn't have a good fit. And it was white. White strapless with a cape, no, nonetheless, hanging on the back of it. But it didn't have a good fit. It could have been fine, but the fit was off. So the fit was doing nothing for her titties, nothing for her body. And Taraji's really built nice and usually looks very nice in her clothes. It was just a total miss as far as the outfit. And of course, this would be the night that she won. She had to stamp her, so we'll have to look at that sad outfit for the rest of the time whenever we think about her winning her first Golden Globe after 20 years. And she handed out cookies, and then she did her speech. Now, I'm not going to go through and tear her up about the speech, but what I'm going to say is, are we taking this seriously, or are you actually in character? Because again, Gaga looked like she was in her character, and I'm going to go ahead and jump out there and say Taraji, when she did her speech, the way she acted, she was pretty much, that was Cookie up there. That wasn't Taraji. That was Cookie that accepted the award. And I'm going to leave that alone. Shh. And on to the next. Now, this is where I had the biggest problem. Because this old motherfucker knows better. He knows better than this. Denzel Washington won. He didn't win. He was presented with the Cecil B. DeMille Award last night for all of his works. They honored you. And you came up on stage like you were at the motherfucking BET Hip Hop Awards. As a crew or a posse, you and your wife and all of these kids, and y'all are all up there. And I ain't heard a speech yet. Just bumbling over words, and I don't have my glasses. Ooh, I don't have my glasses either. And you can't remember. And I was literally sitting looking at Denzel like, I was disappointed. I'm sorry, I was. I was just disappointed, and I was embarrassed. It got to a point, it got so uncomfortable, I literally was embarrassed at the spectacle being made on the stage while you're being honored. And you fucking know better. You know better than this. 42 movies, and God knows how many awards, and y'all are up there like y'all at some BET event. I don't even have nothing else to say about that. I really don't. It was just last night, in short, was a clown fest. And that's what I got. Pull out the balloons, the red wigs, and the big floppy shoes. The 73rd annual Golden Globe Awards was an absolute clown fest. Thank you, NBC. Appreciate it. See you next year.